There must be two winners. Give one to Krishna.
Hello and welcome to the pre-match live show. And obviously today the the T20I series, the T20I series between India women and England women are beginning. The three-match T20I series, obviously very big series ahead of the T20I World Cup. And for that, obviously Trishadi has joined us from England, from the venue itself, and also Shojani has joined me. So Trishadi, the first thing first, as you have reported earlier also that the sold out, that the ground is sold out. People are showing interest in the game, and obviously a huge series on the card just ahead of the World Cup. How is the crowd building up to this game, and what are you seeing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a sold out crowd, and there's a lot of Indian support as expected. You know, in England, England is our and cricket lovers global, as I had reported, has booked 100 tickets, and all of them will be here. I have a few of them with me. Just give me one
Okay.
second. I'll just turn the camera. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Just can you guys come a little this side? Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. Nice. Full
Yes.
colorful.
Yes, absolutely. Let's ask them who's their favorite player and all. Yeah, who have you come? Who's your favorite player?
Smriti Mandana.
Of course, there's a lot of support for Smriti. Nothing.
Asking
You
you.
have come here
Yeah.
for?
Cricket.
Yeah, just cricket. Good. I like him. He has come just for the cricket. For cricket or any particular player?
For men's or women's?
Women's.
Oh, I don't know any women's.
Okay, no worries. And you have started this initiative.
Yes.
So just tell us a little about, getting them together and getting so many seats together.
Absolutely. So, Cricket Lovers Global is a fan commune that we started a couple of years ago. We try and go to a lot of games together. The idea is that anybody who wants to see cricket should be able to come and enjoy it at a face value of the tickets. So, we've got tie-ups with a few stadiums who allocate us tickets, and we take our members with us. So that's the idea. Coming to your question on who I've come here to see, I mean, both the teams see some good quality cricket. But when it comes to India, I think I want to see Shefali Verma hit some big ones at the start.
Nice.
Right. Can you guys just give a cheer for India?
Yeah, come on, India! Bharat
India!
Mata ki Jai!
India! 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 Thank you. Thank you so much. You can see the energy,
Yes.
that's been building here.
It's
Yes.
incredible. It's absolutely
Yeah,
incredible. So, Trisha, like Snehashish was, asking you the question about the crowd, and then the
Mm.
gentleman he mentioned, Shefali Verma. What I wanted to ask you is that you've covered the practice sessions yesterday. So, what did you see? How good was Shefali Verma looking in the nets?
Yesterday, Shafali actually didn't bat. It was an optional, optional practice session. Yesterday was more about the photos that they clicked. They had quite a few. If you have seen the BCCI handle, they were having absolute fun. In fact, I think Nandini was nervous about her photo shoot. But yeah, yesterday Smriti batted, Harman batted, Jemima batted, but Shafali batted the day before, and she was in ominous touch. Absolutely, maybe again the crowd probably won't like if I say this, but maybe the short ball will bother her a little. But you can see that she's trying to hit the ball on the up, on the rise, because in England you will get the ball rising a bit, and she was working with the middling bat, the bat which is just the middle, right? That middling bat, she was trying to drive the ball straight, and cover drives, she was practicing those two. I think Shafali will be absolutely dangerous if she has understood that she has to attack the V more. Also, she was playing a lot of square of the wicket shots, which if they come out, it'll look beautiful. Absolutely.
Yes, I think when Shefali Verma is on song, she looks beautiful while batting.
Ah,
But the question remains on consistency. A big ODI, T20 World Cup is coming, and then you really want Shefali to do well in this series to bring that momentum in her and then continue that momentum. But Tushari, obviously the crowd that you show, it's so good to see the support that India are going to have. But I just want to know from your personal perspective, you have been following this women's cricket particularly for a long time now. How do you see that, the growth of women's cricket, the way the people are showering love now, the support, and you have been covering this practice session also last 2 days, and you have seen people, engaging with that also. How do you see that, the improvement of, in terms of people getting engaged?
Did you say people engaging with my practice session videos?
Yes, that is also happening. That is also happening. Yes.
Yeah, well, I think look, for somebody who has been associated with the game from day one of her life,
Yes.
right? And this, I have said this over and over
Yeah.
again, that women's cricket is not just a game for me. I have seen women's cricket when it was under WCAI, and from then on till here, from the time that there was a time when I'm sure Shojani also partly has had to go through that. That when you said that, oh, you know what do you do? We play women's cricket. Ah, sorry, what do you do? No, women's cricket. No, that is a hobby. What do you actually do? Women's cricket is what we do. And now from there to thousands turning up, sold out crowd, and this becoming a profession. Also, I want to add ICC doing an all female match officials panel. So everything is opening up, and all I can say is every day I come and every day I see these many people turn up for the game, ask questions. I was coming to Chelmsford via the train, and one of them just said, "Oh, you're here from India to study?" I said, "No, to cover the World Cup." I was like, "Yes, but before that, there's the England series." And for good 15 to 20 minutes before she got down, she spoke about the England bowling lineup, the Indian batting lineup, the bowling combinations, and that is my favorite topic. I can
Nice.
talk about this day and night. But yeah, I'm loving the support, the energy, the feedback. But maybe I would love it more, Snehashish, if people back home can take the criticisms along with the positive. But yeah,
Yeah.
overall, I'm just loving the attention that this game is getting, and fully deserved.
Yes, absolutely.
Trisha, how's the weather over there? Because we've heard that the past few days has been very hot. Is it like cloudy, or is it better, or is it humid? How is the weather? Could you please describe it?
Yes, it was cloudy from today morning, and that's why I expected it to be a little uh, cold. English summers are generally supposed to be pleasant. But when I came out, I completely forgot. See, that is the reason there was a mix up with the timing. Because when I came out and the heat hit me, I forgot whether I was in India or in England, and that's why I got confused with the timing. But yeah, it's very hot. It's very hot. It's humid. Um, the only saving grace is there's a cool breeze that's blowing. Today it's less. Yesterday it was much more and much cooler. Today is much lesser, but there is still a breeze, which Shorjani, is going to help the pace bowlers, and I'm gonna love it.
Yes, you are gonna love it, but it will be dangerous for the Indian batters. There is no
Why
doubt
you're
about that.
forgetting Renuka Singh Thakur?
Yes, we have only one. That is the problem. We have only one. They have two, three. That is the main problem. But Tushati, we have also covered the England practice also. Can you tell us about the body language of the players, because they are coming after a emphatic series win over the defending champions in T20Is, New Zealand 2-1, and the last match was very ruthless type of, right, 80 run all out, and then chase down the way they chase down the time. So what is the body language for the team going into this first T20?
I think I texted you, right? The most animated person in the team is Charlotte Edwards. The way she is going from one net to another, one drill to another, it almost seems like she's back to her playing days. So one thing is for sure, she's absolutely focused on doing well. And she's talking to all the players. What I saw from the practice session, Snehashi Shorjani, is the fact that they have already marked the focus areas, that these are the places that we need to work on. For example, Amy Jones did the last day, had almost a 40 minutes session behind the stumps, doing different kinds of drills with different equipments. I don't know the names of many. In fact, I was telling you, Snehashish, that I'm not 100% sure why is she doing this, but
Yes.
as I said, they are trying to do a number of things, even in fielding. They have been practicing, especially square of the wicket field positions. And the best part is, in groups, every single player, everyone in that 15, 16 actually practiced in one of those points, point, cover, square of the wicket region, because that's where a lot of deliveries go in English conditions. As far as batting bowling is concerned, I'm sad to say this, but Heather Knight looks in deadly touch. The other day, she was pelting the ball, and the way she was playing the scoop shot. I was about to send a video to you and say that look at the straight six that Heather Knight hit. The next ball, she scooped it for a six, and I got confused for a second. I was like, am I seeing it wrong? Is this Heather Knight? Because Heather Knight is not really a scoop person, but I think she was brilliant. In fact, I would go one step ahead and say in the top four, including Maya Booster, I think Sophia Dunkley looks to me the weaker link of the top four batters. Capsy did get a long practice, and she was also looking good. But at times she was a little uh, too minded, like whether to go on the front foot. There was a lot of doubt in her mind, but Heather Knight had no doubts in her mind. I mean, she was on fire. While it's beautiful to see her on fire, we had seen her against India in the 2025 World Cup. But yeah, you don't want that against India.
But then, Trisha, if we talk a little about the Indian bowlers as well, once again, I've asked you about the Indian batters and how they've practiced and how they've prepared themselves. But now my question to you is, since you've covered the practice sessions, what are your thoughts on the Indian bowlers and how have they been preparing themselves in the English conditions?
I will ask Snehashish a question. Who do you think has been the most focused bowler in the net session? I think you should know the answer.
Arundhati.
Absolutely, Arundhati Reddy has been the most animated and focused, as usual. In the batting department, I think N. Sri Charni has been the most serious one. She would always come out with her pads and gloves even before Smriti Mandana did. So yes, so that's there. But no, on a more serious note, I think Shriyanka and Sri Charni yesterday did have a longish practice session. Renuka had a good time in the nets the day before. Radha was bowling a lot of, balls out. She was bowling outside the nets with one of the support staff. She was just trying to get her line and length correct. Overall, I think all the bowlers are looking there and thereabouts. Kranti is looking to, again, experiment a lot, something that she does a lot. I'm not very comfortable with her trying to bowl 6 different balls, every single over. But yes, overall, I think all of them are getting to their grooves. The batting side definitely looks our stronger one. The other part, of course, is, Shorjani, the bowling combination will change. So does Renuka, Kranti, Arundhati, Deepti, and one more spinner play? Does Radha play because you don't have a pace bowling all-rounder now? These are the questions that need to be answered more than their lines and lengths. I think right now the important part is who are the bowlers that are going to play, because you don't have pace bowling all-rounders. And after number 5, what is going to be your batting order? I think you have to have Radha Yadav in at number 6, because otherwise your batting looks a little weak. And if you have Radha Yadav in, so you already have a left arm spinner. You probably will have Sri Charni. Sri Charni has been fantastic. So that done in the next 4, whether you'll have 3 pacers and 1 more spinner, or whether you will go with all 4 pacers, is something that India has to look at. But I do think probably there you would go with, obviously one place will be there for Deepti. How can we forget? So whether it's 3 pacers or 2 pacers and 1 more spinner is something that we have to see. But I do think it will be either Renuka or Kranti. Nandini will get her debut cap, is what I feel.
Yes, absolutely. And it will be very difficult to to sit out someone like Shreyanka Patil. I think Shreyanka is one of the players who did well in South Africa. He's kind of a good form, so it will be difficult to sit hard also out. But Tushari,
Yeah.
you mentioned that thing, to longer the batting part. So that in that case, do you think that any chance of getting Bharati Fulmali in that equation to have that finishing power?
Yes, there's chance, of course, because Bharti has been in good nick in the nets.
Mhm.
My only thing is, if you get Bharti in, are you getting your six bowling options? And
Shefali Verma.
Chelmsford, sorry?
Shefali Verma, six bowling option.
Yeah, absolutely. Shafali Verma is a good option, maybe. And you and I have discussed this, Shorjani. You and I have also discussed this that Shafali and Jemima Rodriguez should bowl ideally. That helps the balance. And if India has to play Bharati Fulmali, then these two players have to bowl. Otherwise, your bowling lineup becomes a little, weak. Also, I think in this wicket they'll go more with spinners. Um, the grass will be a little dry, whatever grass will be left on the pitch. So I think India will go with more spinners and two pacers, I feel.
Definitely, Trisha. And then, there were people commenting about the pitch as well. So a lot of people were asking how the pitch is going to turn up. So your thoughts?
It will be mostly batting pitch, but also, this is something that I was saying in the Hindi preview or Bengali preview. I think that, hi Pavan, by the way, I think England will keep a bit of assistance for their bowlers. Do not forget, if you look at the ICC T20I bowling rankings right now, in the top 10, I think there are five bowlers from England or four bowlers.
4 or 5, yes, 4 or 5
Yeah,
there.
four or five are from England. Lawrence Smith, and,
Lauren Bell,
so
I think
Lauren Bell, Eccleston,
Eccleston, Greenfield Smith,
Charlie Dean,
and I think Charlie Dean,
Lawrence Smith, and Lauren
Greenfield
Bell.
Smith. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have their spinners also in your top rankings. So I think they will leave a bit of grass in the pitch. As we saw against New Zealand, they did leave grass on the pitch. And there will be assistance for the spinners because it's dry. The wind might, it's not wind, it's actually breeze. So it might help the new ball bowlers, but other than that, mostly it will assist the spinners.
So
Yes,
are
and
you
you can
suggesting that
actually, yeah,
after
yeah.
winning the toss, the team should go ahead and bowl first?
Yeah, they should. Yeah, absolutely. I think if you win the toss, bowl first.
Mm, yes, and
Especially
interestingly
it's the
now,
first match of the tour. You want
yes,
to see how, and especially if it's India. I know India actually believes in the other, win the toss and bat first. But since you want to test your bowling combination, I think the best way to go about it should be win the toss and bowl first. Yeah, and with England, I don't even think that they're going to think twice. If they win the toss, they're going to bowl first. In fact, that is going to be their format, I feel, throughout the World Cup as well, because they have a very, very strong bowling lineup. And do not forget, bowlers win you tournaments, batters can win you matches.
yes, absolutely, no doubt about that, no doubt about that. But usually, what about Jemima Rodriguez? What you have seen of her, the sweep shots? You are seeing the sweep shots again?
Jimmy both the days has actually batted on the further side,
Okay.
so have not been able to see her batting in details. Having said that, sweep shot is part and parcel of her game, so I feel that will be there, especially with England having so many spinners. It's just that I just hope let her settle down in this pitch and then go for the sweep shots. But again, in these kinds of wickets, I think it's very important that she plays on the on the offside, utilizes her shots on the V, and she has plenty of shots. But yes, I do think with Jemmy, it's something that she cannot control. It's extremely unfortunate because had she been able to control sweep shots, I think she would have got more runs. But again, as I said, after she got 125 or 127 in that semi-final historic knock, I did expect her to be more consistent. I expected her to understand, to control that sweep shot, but she has not been able to do that over a period of time now. And she has to also remember now that Yastika is breathing down her neck.
Absolutely. And Trisha, then if we talk about the other batters also, then what we have to keep in mind is that we have someone like a Smriti Mandhana who has not played enough against South Africa women. We saw in the series that Smriti Mandhana was not batting. It was Anushka Sharma who was coming in and opening. So, I mean, have you observed Smriti Mandhana? Does it look like she's lost the momentum, or is she still in good touch?
She's still in good touch. She still looks the elegant and class player that she is when there is any width in offer or any short ball bowled to her. In one of my videos, I had famously said that on her pads is a problem, and that is where I have seen her struggle in the nets. But as far as the rest of it is concerned, I think she looks in ominous touch, has got a lot of power, has practiced. Smriti practiced on both the days, and Smriti, I think, is one player who keeps her routine very. Her routine is always set, and it remains set. Like, she starts off with knocking, then she does a whole session in the nets, then she takes a little break and maybe does some catching or running around or just spending time with the teammates, and then again she goes back to knocking. That has been her routine on both the practice days. And as I said, she looked in sublime touch. Just a little bit of a issue probably when the ball is incoming into the pads. But yeah, other than that, I think she's perfectly fine. But that incoming ball has troubled her for long enough. But if you guys have seen in social media, Lauren Bell has said that she's very interested in that battle against her franchisee captain. So that will be a battle to watch out for.
Absolutely. By the way, I think the 18-year-old Tilly Cotton Coleman is getting her debut today in T20I. So I think that is on cards. I think Alice Capsey has presented the cap to her. What is I am getting from our website. So let's see about that. But Trishadi, did you observe Tilly Cotton Coleman also? How
Yes,
impressive she has.
yesterday she was bowling in the nets, and she was bowling to Capsy only. I think
Okay.
that's why Capsy has presented the cap. I think Capsy was very impressed. No, on a more serious note, I think Charlotte Edwards was there in that same net. None of this is the reason that she got the cap. She would have anyway got the cap. But it's very interesting that England now, especially because of that injury to Sarah Glenn, has has quite a few left arm spinners other than other than Charlie Dean. Of course, Charlotte Edwards and Charlie Dean got mixed up in my head. I was going to say Charlotte Dean. But apart from Charlie Dean, I think all of them are left arm spinners, and all of them, Snehashi Shorjani, are very different from each other, even though they are left arm spinners. That's the most fascinating part. Say, for example, someone like Sophie Eccleston barely turns the ball. She's dangerous because of the speed variation. Lindsay Smith is more like the traditional orthodox left arm spinner. I was seeing Coleman, and I thought she bowls. She has a very nice
Kind of
bowling
down
action.
down. Yeah. Kind of.
Yes, yes, and she has a very nice bowling action. And when she's bowling, she can confuse the batters as to what is the speed of the ball that she's delivering at. So I think all three are very different, and it's very interesting to see how she performs here because. I think Sophie Eccleston still needs to be a little bit more on the top of her game.
Okay, Shorjan, you can take few comments. I think so many comments are there. So take the comments there. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. My screen just froze out of nowhere, so I got a little perturbed and I was wondering what happened because I could not find you guys anymore. Okay. So this is the first comment. It's glitched, right? Trisha, you had corrected me once, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
so
Gitch. Yeah.
yeah, it's glitched. So he's saying, I personally do believe that India's best playing 11 would be Smriti, Shefali, Jemmy, Harman, Richa, Radha, Deepti, Charni, Kranti, and Nanda. I and Renuka as
Nanda
his
is who?
Oh, that is Nandini's nickname
Nandini.
maybe
Oh,
for
Nandini. Okay, so he missed out the N and then he went with an I. Okay. Nandini and Renuka. As with this combination, we have 3 spinners and then his comment just abruptly ended.
3 spinners and 3 pacers, I'm guessing. Because Kranti, Nanda, and Renuka are all 3 pacers.
Yeah, so 3 pacers.
Yeah. But also, Shorjanya, you are not aware that Kitch generally has a typo issue. A lot of them have. Just by
Oh,
the way,
yes.
they will come up with names that even they haven't heard of. And the next comment would be, who is this person that we have just written about? So this happens a lot. But yes, I agree with Gitch. My only thing is, I agree with Gitch on 10 out of 11 names. I would take Kranti away from there and put Arundhati Reddy in there. That's about it.
Okay, then again he's saying pacers and we have the
See,
batting
3
depth.
pacers.
Sorry, continue. Continue his comment, okay?
Yes.
And we have the batting depth and a good fielding unit, okay? Only one other change could maybe be Arundhati in place of meantime if you want more firepower in middle overs, or Bharti in place of Radha.
I think that's what the combination check would be during the series, that Bharti and Radha will be, changed up, because Shriyanka and Radha, if you actually think, Shriyanka is the better bowler and Radha is the better batter plus the better fielder. So somewhere Radha is a little ahead, I feel. But of course, Shriyanka is a taking choice. But yes, I think it would be Radha or Bharti. And in this wicket, I feel they'll go with Radha and Arundhati in place of Kranti.
Okay, so someone has an update. They're saying Harry the rested Mandhana captain. Any thoughts on that, Snehashish? Any updates?
Hey. No, I think maybe some decision maybe from the management. You need your captain to be fully refreshed and fresh for the World Cup. So it's fine. I think it's better, to take some rest. I think we both, Vishadi, me and
Yeah.
you also. I think when
Yeah.
we talked during the South Africa series, we talked that why Harmanpreet playing all the 5 matches. I think she should have rested in few of those games also.
Absolutely.
But it's okay. It's fine. And you need your captain to be fully refreshed and fine. It's okay if she is getting rest.
Okay, let us get back to the analysis. Once again, Gish, I am so sorry, I cannot pronounce her name, I apologize. But they're once again saying, get the batting depth, but overall, I personally don't see Shriyanka playing, because there is no point of playing in 2 offies in front of a team that just has 1 lefty. But I would rather go with 2, and then it ended.
No, there will be some comment somewhere, because I'll tell you, Shorjani, what happens. These people type and then they press enter without seeing if they have completed the sentence.
Oh,
They
no, he's
complete the
completed
sentence
his
in the
comment.
next.
He's completed his comment. Okay. Left arm spinners in Radha and Charni, and would expect the 2-3 to play long to not put pressure on the tailenders. Trisha, what do you make of the comment? Your thoughts?
Sorry, I was just checking the team sheet. Can I read out the team and then let's talk about it?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Smriti Mandana, captain, Shafali Verma, Yastika Bhatia, Jemima Rodriguez, Bharti Fulmali, Richa Ghosh, Deepti Sharma, Arundhati Reddy, Sri Charni, Nandini Sharma debut, and Kranti Gaur. So the players rested are Shriyanka Patil, Renuka Singh Thakur, Harmanpreet Kaur, and Radha Yadav.
So no Renuka Singh Thakur, Kranti Flame. So that is one. So Yastika batting at number 3 and Jemima now number 4 because Harman is not there.
Yastika batting at 4, I think. Yastika
Okay.
should ideally bat at 4. See, ideally it should be Yastika batting at 4, because why do you want to change Jemima's position when Jemima
Yes.
will go as number 3 in the World Cup and she is playing?
Definitely.
And I just wanted to say something that not that I care about trolls, but I just wanted to say when I had reported about practice, I had said that Yastika was practicing fielding. She was practicing without the gloves. So there are chances of her playing as a fielder, and that is happening. Also, somebody is rested. That's all.
That's the end of the conversation. But over here again, Havish Bandhu has given his playing 11, and I think I think it's already been discussed. But going ahead, they are also saying that would go with more batters, and batting is our strength and bowling is our weakness.
Yes, because Shorjani, they're not wrong. I mean, I wouldn't go to the extent of saying it's weakness, but the balance, something that I asked Herman also in the press conference, and she did. She very honestly said that, yes, when Amanjot Kaur was there and when Kashmi was there, because they have a specific role, right? So this is what they will do, and then the rest of the roles can be fitted in accordingly. Now, though Harman sounded confident with Radha back, Yastika back, but if you look at it, you have actually, and now you have actually replaced two-dimensional players with one-dimensional players or one skill players. So that is a little bit of worry, and that's where I think bowling weakness is not the word that I will use, but yes, definitely the batting looks much stronger because there's no change in batting. If you look at it, Harman will come back, right? And once Harman is coming back, you have the same top 5, 6, I would say, that you have been playing for the last 4, 5 years, if not more. So it's pretty much the same. Bowling, yes, bowling. There's a lot of changes because see, Nandini is debuting, and if you honestly look at Kranti, she's still finding her footing. With Renuka in England conditions, I think she'll be much better, but then again, she can't really bowl in the death overs. So that becomes a bit of a problem. Arundhati, I think, is your that one cog in the bowling wheel, which is where you should not look beyond someone like Arundhati. Like you should keep her position in the playing 11 and then look forward to adjusting players above and below her.
Okay, so we have a
Absolutely.
super
By the way, we have the toss update. England have won the toss and they have opted to bowl first. So no wonders about that. And okay, and Charlie Dean has confirmed that Tilly makes her debut today in place of Lindsay Smith. So Lindsay Smith is not playing, which is exciting. And Lauren Bale is back in for Maya Boucher. So Maya Boucher is not playing.
No, you said it is exciting that Lindsay Smith is not playing. Why?
No. He has said that it is exciting that Tilly making her debut. And
Oh, okay.
and Mandana has said that I think Harman will be ready for the second match. Harmanpreet also didn't play the warm-up match a few days ago.
No, but that is different. Snehashish, Harman was not there for the warm-up match only. How will she be there? She was taking her. She was at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Yeah. She was getting. She came the day I came to Chelmsford. Is the day she also came. So she joined the team. So Denver. The Indian team needs to take cues from Melikar and Charlie Dean. Their leadership is unparalleled. Being just 25, they possess a great cricketing brain. Snehashish, comment on this. I can't comment on captaincy.
See, I think both Amelia Kerr and Charlie Dean have been doing well. For Charlie Dean, I think the sample size is quite small because she has led the team in this New Zealand series recently. So only basis of a series win in home conditions, and obviously they defeated New Zealand. I can understand that, but just rematch series they have won 2-1. It's not like 3-0. Then we can say okay, they have been so much dominant. So it's fine that she has begun her tenure as a stand-in skipper as of now that with a win. But I think the ultimate test will be in this series again, against India, just ahead of the World Cup. Because ultimately when Natshiva Brandt will come back, the captain, she will be your captain. There's no doubt about that. So that is one part. But I think Emilia Kerr has been good. I think she has taken the responsibility, especially the way she has batted. She has taken the responsibility, has batted from the front, led from the front, have performed. I think you always need your players, your captain to be performing so that she can inspire the whole team. So I think that has been the main factor for her. But I don't know, taking cue or something like that. I think Harman is enough experience. She knows what needs to do. So let's see what she does in the World Cup.
There's another comment. He's saying, also, what do you think about Darcy's exclusion and team going with Lucy despite the pitches in Lord favoring express pacers, because England and South Africa have Ismail and Filler and they are going to use space to their advantage?
I think Lucy is a very good choice, and Gitch, I know also, and Gitch, I know what you're trying to say, but I thought Darcy Brown has got enough chances, and she wasn't as impressive as she should have been. It's one thing to have potential. There is no doubt that Darcy Brown has a lot of potential and pace, but she also has a lot of wides to her name. I mean, she's not consistent as far as I think her bowling line and length is concerned. There, I feel Lucy out. I mean, Lucy just added extra points to her case. Also, left arm pacer that must have also been counted because there are very few teams which actually have a left arm pacer in this women's World Cup. So that angle, and there are a lot of right-handers, of course, right-handed batters. So I think that angle is also something that Australia must have kept in mind, especially Shelley Nitschke. I mean, definitely Cricket Australia is very, very happy with her to have retained her till 2029. So, yeah, I mean, I honestly, if I tell you, Gitch, I'm not very disappointed with the decision, and I also think Lucy will somewhere bat better than Darcy Brown as well, if WPL and the other franchisee leagues are anything to go by.
Okay, I hope Arundhati plays as she can do well in the middle overs. Yeah, she's playing.
Bhanumati, yeah, she's good.
Also, nice to see you all after a really long time. Sneha, Shisha, Trisha, nice to see you. Okay.
Yeah, nice to see you guys as well. I mean, not see, read the comments of you guys.
So this is another comment criticizing India's space department and saying it is the weakest if Renuka actually misfires. Snehashish, your thoughts?
Yeah, but you did not take her favorite, this thing, her or his, I don't know. I mean, Gitch, what is your gender?
Charlotte or Perry, Lucy or Nandini, Shefali or Litchfield, Mooney or
Yeah,
Matthews.
why are you reading it? So one of us has to answer also, no? You're just reading it. Charlotte or Perry? Charlotte Edwards or Ellis Perry? Charlotte Edwards, any day. If you have watched my videos enough, you would know the answer.
Snehashish, Lucy or Nandini?
Lucy Hamilton.
Okay. Trisha?
Shorjani, no. Shorjani, you. The toughest one. This is the toughest one. Shafali or Litchfield? Shorjani.
I'm going to go with Litchfield.
More consistent in the 30s, let's say that way. Shafali is more consistent in the 25s. Litchfield in the 30s. That's
Yeah.
better
Trisha,
fielder.
Mooney or Matthews? Yeah.
Mooney or Matthews? Oh wow, Matthews. It's very difficult to carry a team on your own, and Matthews has been doing it as far as West Indies is concerned. So Matthews, yes.
Snehashish, Renuka or Lauren Bell?
It's very difficult. Renuka and Lauren Bell.
Diplomatic answer not allowed.
I will go with Renuka.
Okay.
Okay.
For you, Renuka or Kim Garth? Shorjani.
I think I'm not backed Shefali Verma. Now I think it's the right time to back. They were from my team, so I'm going to go ahead with Renuka. But
Yeah,
Trisha,
so-
if you look at the last part about the comment, they're saying that India's space department is the weakest if Renuka actually misfires. Your thoughts?
I don't think it's the weakest, but yes, there are a lot of question marks there. That's true. I agree. And when Gitz has written about misfiring, I think it is not only about bowling well. It is also about getting wickets. I think up front, if Renuka doesn't get wickets, then it becomes a bit of a trouble for India. But that is where I think Kranti needs to rise to the occasion. I mean, Kranti has that pace. She has the swing as well. Somehow she needs to get back in form. I think that would be very, very crucial for India to do well in this World Cup.
Snehashish, this comment's for you. Renuka Singh is going to be a key player. Hope she does better than Bell. But most Indian fans are horrible as they are supporting Bell over Renuka. Our fans are toxic.
See, See, I don't want to comment on why Indian fans are going with Bale over Renuka Singh Thakur. I am not into that. But but what I am saying that there is no doubt about that Renuka Singh Thakur is one of the key players for India, especially in
Yeah.
this kind of conditions. Especially in English conditions, Renuka Singh Thakur will be key. As Trishati mentioned, the honors will be hard to pick up those early wickets with the new ball. Because if she fails, in consecutive games or in many games, it will be very difficult for India to make a comeback into the game because in the first 6 overs you want to take the momentum in your side. So and while you're bowling fast, the best way possible, or maybe while you are defending also a total, the best way possible to take those early wickets. So that is why Yunoga Singh Thakur will be key. There is no doubt about that. But again, over the last 1 year, the injury has been a problem, the workload management, and the consistency because of that. So let's see, and that is why you can see that today she is not playing. Kranti is playing. So maybe in the next game we might see Renuka Singh Thakur in action. But whenever she plays, she will definitely be the key player, for India.
Okay, last couple of questions before we end the show. This is a very interesting comment. This is not related to the game, but it is someone is asking स्नेहाशीष दा आप भी इंग्लैंड में हो?
नहीं नहीं
वो
मैं अभी
इंग्लैंड
घर
के
पे
घर
हूँ
पे थोड़ी बैठे रहेंगे.
नहीं नहीं मैं अभी घर पे हूँ भारत में हूँ पर जाएंगे इंग्लैंड जाएंगे वर्ल्ड कप से पहले जाएंगे कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
Okay, Viraj More, we have to win the series to have any hopes of winning against Australia or South Africa in the World Cup League to qualify ahead.
No, I don't think. Don't, Shorjani. Sorry, I jumped into that answer, but the truth is, I mean, I was almost ready with that answer. It seems because I feel too much is read into bilateral series wins. Like somebody commented in our last live, or commented in Twitter. I think that India lost 4-1. Oh, not Twitter. I think somebody did better. I had posted a picture with my niece, and somebody below has written, "Dee, it is so sad that it is so sad that India lost 4-1 against South Africa. I have lost all hopes." And I was like, wow, don't lose hope. Because if the bilateral series wins, Shorjani defined everything, then India have won bilateral series in England, right? Last year, they defeated
Yeah.
Australia as well. The only bilateral series that we have lost is against South Africa, in South Africa, that too, which is different conditions than here. So, and it will be a little difficult for India to win. If you look at it, India has to try and experiment much more than England does. England still has a pretty settled lineup. Maybe a Maya Boisher might come in instead of somebody, but ultimately, it is Natsiva Brunt who's going to play once she's back. With India, it's much more difficult because you have to choose who are your, who are the bowling combination, who are the bowlers that you want to go for, the all rounders that you want to go for. So there's a lot more question mark in the Indian camp with the last moment injuries. Again, England, another thing, I think Danny White Hodge became a mother recently. So she will join in later on in the series. So that is where I feel England is a much more settled team than India right now. So we should not read too much into the series loss.
Okay, last question before we close the show because Trisha has to go in. It's a super chat. Snehashish, I wasn't referring to Harman's capabilities. I said some Indian team players can learn from Dean and Kerr, not naming anyone specifically.
Oh, okay. I thought that you're talking about captaincy, so maybe the comment is about the captain. See, obviously, you can take
Why
any,
do you hate Harmanpreet so much, Snehashish?
Oh, sorry, my fault. Yes, but the thing, see, obviously, when youngsters like Amelia Care, Charlie Dean, the way they have been doing, I think obviously any player should take an inspiration from them. The way they have led so far. But what I am saying, the sample size is quite small. Maybe for Amelia Care, there are quite a few series now. But again, if you see the opponents, the Zimbabwe series and other. I think the only South Africa series one that you can say, okay, they have been brilliant. And okay, but in the England series, see, I think they didn't win the series. So I think the sample size is quite small, but both have been brilliant. But let's see what they do because Amelia Kerr still has the chance to continue. But for Charlie Dean, whenever Natshiba Brandt is back, again, she will be the captain of India.
I will add something to this. I think Denver. See, Charlie Dean, though I will correct you, Snehashish, I feel, and this is completely my feeling. Nobody has said this, but I think this might be Natsivar Brun's last assignment as captain, the test match against India. After that, it will be Charlie Dean who will pick up the baton as captain, is what I feel. And the other thing that I was trying to talk about, see, as far as leadership is concerned, you also have to understand that the team is as good as the captain. So at times, it might look that Amelia Kerr is brilliant as a captain, but also, when you say the moves paid off, you have to also give it to bowlers, the batters that are there in the team. So I feel currently Charlie Dean has a very, very strong team, which is why you might see her winning way more matches as the captain. So that doesn't directly say that she's a very good captain. I'm not saying she's a bad captain either, but I'm just saying that I think, as Snehashi said, completely agree with him that we are being too quick to judge her as a good captain or bad captain or anything of that sort. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, so on that note, we are going to close today's show, but we'll be back again for the pre-match on the next day because today it's going to get very late according to the IST. But Trisha from England will send us all the videos and will keep sending us updates. So please stay tuned to Rev Sports. Please like, share, and subscribe, and keep on following us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.